speed or stability? Should we spend billions on futuristic bullet trains or fix the bus routes that millions rely on every day? Hi everyone, welcome back to our One Idea at a Time writing series. Today's Writing Task 2 question is about exactly this: the debate between high-speed rail and improving existing public transport. First, let's look at our prompt. In a number of countries, some people think it is necessary to spend large sums of money on constructing new railway lines for very fast trains between cities. Others believe the money should be spent on improving existing public transport. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion. At its core, this prompt is asking one question: where should governments spend money, on building new systems or improving the ones we already have? So in this task, we need to look at both sides, but also make our own opinion clear. To keep things consistent, I'm setting my personal position now. While high-speed rail is a vital long-term investment, the priority should be improving existing transport to help the greatest number of people. By keeping this position in mind, I can ensure that every sentence I build in my body paragraphs backs up the stance I've taken, making the entire argument easy for the examiner to follow. All right, let's start by stepping into the shoes of those who support high-speed rail. Why is this necessary? We need to find the core idea that makes this argument strong. Think about two major cities 500 miles apart. Right now, your only options are a long drive or a flight. Both create massive carbon footprints. A high-speed train connects those cities in 3 hours with far less environmental impact. The real issue here isn't just speed. It's about modernization and the environment. If we build fast rail, we aren't just moving people. We're moving away from planes and cars. A bullet train can replace hundreds of short-haul flights. It's a green alternative. So the core logic is massive investment now creates a high-tech, low-carbon future. With the logic in place, I'll show you how to build the actual paragraph, one sentence at a time. On the one hand, proponents of high-speed rail argue that constructing fast train lines is essential for modernizing a nation's infrastructure. Notice the word proponents. It shows I'm presenting this view in a fair and neutral way. By connecting major urban hubs with rapid transport, governments can provide a sustainable alternative to domestic flights and private car travel, which are far more damaging to the environment. This develops the idea by focusing on sustainability, why this investment matters. As a result, these projects can significantly reduce a country's carbon footprint while boosting economic activity between distant cities. This is the impact. I'm showing the real-world result, a greener, faster economy. Therefore, high-speed rail is often viewed as a necessary investment for a more efficient and eco-friendly future. This final sentence brings the paragraph back to the main idea, a more sustainable, low-carbon future. Now let's step back and look at how all those pieces fit together as one complete thought. On the one hand, proponents of high-speed rail argue that constructing fast train lines is essential for modernizing a nation's infrastructure. By connecting major urban hubs with rapid transport, governments can provide a sustainable alternative to domestic flights and private car travel, which are far more damaging to the environment. As a result, these projects can significantly reduce a country's carbon footprint while boosting economic activity between distant cities. Therefore, high-speed rail is often viewed as a necessary investment for a more efficient and eco-friendly future. We start by introducing high-speed rail as a way to modernize infrastructure. Then we explain how it replaces flights and cars, making transport more sustainable. After that, we show the impact, lower emissions, and stronger economic links. And in the end, it all points to a more efficient, low-carbon future. Now let's look at the other side, the side I personally agree with. Why should we focus on fixing the old instead of building the new? Think about the average worker. They don't travel between cities every day. They travel between their home and their job. A shiny new bullet train doesn't help them if their local bus is always late or their local train station is falling apart. The core issue here is the daily reality for the majority of citizens. The problem with high-speed rail is that it serves a small number of people while local transport serves everyone. When you improve existing systems, people get to work faster, more reliably, and with less stress. So the core logic here is simple. Improving existing public transport delivers immediate benefits to the greatest number of people. Now let's turn that into our second paragraph. Despite the benefits of high-speed rail, I believe that funds should be prioritized for improving existing public transport because it serves a much larger portion of the population. Notice the transition? Despite the benefits. I'm now fulfilling the second part of the task, backing up my own position. Most citizens rely on local buses and commuter trains for their daily needs, and upgrading these systems leads to more reliable journeys and reduced congestion within cities. I'm explaining the reality here. We are focusing on the many rather than the few. Consequently, small-scale improvements to current infrastructure provide immediate relief to workers and students, enhancing the overall quality of life in urban areas. The impact here is quality of life. This is a practical, human-centered argument. Ultimately, fixing the systems that people use every day remains the most equitable way to spend public money. A strong finish. I use equitable to show that this is the fairest choice for the government. With our second argument built, let's see how it looks as a finished paragraph. Despite the benefits of high-speed rail, I believe that funds should be prioritized for improving existing public transport because it serves a much larger portion of the population. Most citizens rely on local buses and commuter trains for their daily needs, and upgrading these systems leads to more reliable journeys and reduced congestion within cities. Consequently, small-scale improvements to current infrastructure provide immediate relief to workers and students, enhancing the overall quality of life in urban areas. Ultimately, fixing the systems that people use every day remains the most equitable way to spend public money. We start by stating our position, focusing on existing transport because it helps more people. Then we explain how most people rely on these systems every day. From there, we show the impact, more reliable journeys, and less congestion. After that, we highlight the immediate benefits for daily life. And finally, we present a clear judgment. This is the most equitable way to spend public money. So today, we looked at a discuss both views and give your opinion question, focusing on where governments should spend money, on high-speed rail or improving existing public transport. We explored both sides, but took the position that existing systems should be the priority. High-speed rail supports a more sustainable, low-carbon future, while improving current transport benefits more people and provides immediate practical advantages. And that contrast is really at the heart of this essay. Now it's your turn. Head over to our website, theieltstime.com. Read through the lesson notes to review the key ideas and take the quiz to check your understanding. Then, write the full essay using what you've learned today. Don't just watch, actually do it. That's how you improve. If you're serious about getting better at writing, you need to practice, not just understand the ideas, but apply them. So take the time, write it out, and push yourself to build clear, well-supported arguments, one idea at a time. I'll see you in the next one.